Right, so the release of the iPad mini 6 definitely gives us a few hints as to what to expect with the iPad Air 5. And so in this video, let's delve into the upgrades we can expect. But first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so let's get the iPad mini 6 upgrades that we should see in the iPad Air 5 out of the way first, and that begins with the new colors. So yes, much like the regular iPhones get new colors with each new version, I expect the same to happen with the iPad Air. And so that most likely means we're going to see the space gray, the starlight, the pink and the purple from the iPad mini 6 on the iPad Air 5. But there is a very small chance Apple gives us additional colors or maybe a completely new color set for the iPad Air 5, since recently the color palettes have no correlation whatsoever to other products. Now personally, my dream iPad color would be a red, something similar to the product red iPod Touch. That would be absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Anyways, moving on from the colors, the next upgrade we should see are the cameras on the iPad Air 5. Right, so this is where the iPad Air 5 could have some differences compared to the iPad mini 6, because of course you might think it's pretty logical that the rear cameras would be the same as the iPad mini, which means a 12 megapixel sensor with a flash. But that's not the case apparently, because we have reports suggesting that we could see a dual camera system on the iPad Air 5. So basically the wide and the ultra wide we see on the iPad Pro. Now the report does say that the most useless sensor, the LiDAR scanner, is going to remain as a Pro exclusive. But yeah, the dual camera system could be coming over to the iPad Air 5. Now to be honest, if you want my 2 cents, I think Apple's just going to copy and paste the sensors we have on the iPad mini 6, because let's be honest, most people don't care about the rear cameras on their iPads, and I'm assuming it would be cheaper for Apple to, of course, share the same sensor across those two models. So yes, I don't think we're seeing a dual camera system on the iPad Air anytime soon. But as for the front-facing camera, we can be pretty sure we're going to see the center stage tech come over to the iPad Air 5, since of course every iPad in the lineup now has this tech apart from the iPad Air. So yes, I'm very sure we're going to see the center stage tech come over to the iPad Air 5. Another upgrade we should see is the A15, since of course right now you're paying more for the iPad Air, but of course it has a worse chip, and that makes no sense. So yes, I do expect Apple to definitely give us the A15 in the iPad Air 5. This should give you slightly better performance, but I do want to say there is a chance that we could see more RAM on the iPad Air compared to the iPad mini 6. So of course the mini 6 has 4, and so I can see Apple giving us 6 gigabytes of RAM with the iPad Air 5. And the final change we should see from the iPad mini 6 come over to the iPad Air 5 is 5G support. Now to be honest, I do not care about this, but of course for those who do use their iPads on the go, the 5G connectivity does give you better speeds, and that's always a nice improvement. Now of course you may be wondering if there's going to be advantages with the iPad Air 5 compared to the iPad mini 6. And well, we have heard about a few upgrades. For example, we could see quad speakers with the iPad Air 5. This would be a game changer for myself, because the only reason I have the iPad Pro is because of those amazing quad speakers, and so if Apple gives us that on the regular iPad Air 5, I would happily get that instead. But of course, the main rumor we've heard about is the adoption of OLED on the iPad Air 5. So yes, we could see a new rigid form of OLED on the next generation iPad Air. Now this is still going to be worse than the mini LED panels we have on the iPad Pro, but of course it's going to be a major improvement over the LCD panels we have today, because we're going to have inky blacks, much better contrast ratios, and also possibly an improvement in the brightness of the display. Now I do want to say that rumors regarding this OLED panel has been all over the place. We have some suggesting it's going to happen next year, which would make sense, but also some saying it might happen in 2023, which of course means it might debut with the iPad Air 6. Now personally, I think the second possibility might be more likely, because Number one, the info is from Ross Young. He's a very credible source. He knows everything there is to know about displays. But also number two, the iPad Air and the iPad mini in the past have been virtually identical when it comes to the hardware, so I would not be surprised once again if that's the case with the iPad Air 5 and the iPad mini 6. Now regarding the release date and the price is definitely going to stay the same because the iPad Air is always $100 more than the iPad mini, so the current price structure works. And as for the release date, it should be very soon because the iPad Air 4's kind of become redundant in the iPad range, and so I'm assuming we could see the iPad Air 5 drop in March or April 2022. Anyways, tell me in the comments below, are you going to buy this iPad Air 5? Anyways, thank you for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the video in the icon above on details regarding the new AirPods, and on that note I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya peeps!